They traveled a long ways, 1,019 kilometers from Acklow, Wicklow in Ireland.
They sure did, and they're going to be presenting their show, Rhapsody, A Bohemian Life.
Yeah, they're the first group representing Ireland in DCI this year. They went across the pond to the U.S. and presented themselves. That was the very first time an Irish corps did that. What a mark in their history.
Oh yeah, it sure was, yeah.
As they're still setting up, maybe we can talk to you a little bit about the judges. There's field judges that you see out there. They're actually, this morning, there's field judges from 3 different countries that you see walking around. Sometimes that can be a bit of a distraction also, but what they do is they go up close and personal to the drums, to the horns, to the color guard and the marching, to see and analyze what they're doing so they can really put the right mark to that. We said, you know, it's a tight competition, so it's important for them to come close. And like I said, sometimes it can be a bit of a distraction for you as a viewer, especially when the corps are fairly small. But here, for instance, you see the visual judge from Germany and the horn judge from the Netherlands, 2 of the 3 that are there they are, 2 of the 3 that are adjudicating and have the hard task to select the right 10. Is it going to be Storm and Magic? Does that really have, you know, did they really have enough? And there's the 3rd judge.
And they're doing a great job with moving around. And that's something that actually changed in DCI this year. Robbie, you've been there. What was your experience about that?
Well, in DCI, you're only supposed to stay at the front sideline now,
That's
1 or 2
new,
steps into the field. Yeah, and it causes less distraction. So, you know, there's something to say for that. I think in the future we might go that venue also. We might go that way also with the European competition. But we'll see where it goes. You know, we'll talk a little bit more about the judging and about the course. I think, you know, Andy is going to announce this this score, the Irish score, pretty soon now. So we'll go back to the top camera now. Enjoy.
We are creatures of the underworld.
Are the judges ready, please? Drum major, is your corps ready? Presenting today's show, Rhapsody, A Bohemian Life, Drum Corps Europe are proud to present Inbhear Mor Performance Ensemble.
Bohemianism is about living freely, beyond convention. Let us show you how we live. We are artists, dreamers, poets, musicians. We write about truth, beauty, freedom, and we believe above all things, love. The greatest thing you'll ever learn is just to love and be loved in return. Musicians, painters, writers. We are creatures of the underworld, living a penniless existence. They call us the children of the revolution.
And the first and last words out of your filthy sewers will be, sir. Do you maggots understand that? Sir. Yes, sir.
Explore artistry, write, play, sing, paint, dance, create.
Inbhear Mor.
Inbhear Mor. Well, that was something different, and I actually really liked what I just saw. And again, I would like to congratulate them for their DCI experience, a first-timer from Ireland.
That's an amazing thing. That's a big trip. I mean, for
It
a
is.
core of this size also, to be able to go to the United States and expose their membership to all the beauty that we have there. I mean, that's a special thing.
Congratulations to the whole organization.
Yeah. Looking at their show, there's some real creativity that we saw out there, huh?
Yeah, we sure did. Like we mentioned, with Storm and Magic and Inbhear Mor doing that as well, they are creating their own venue over here on the field.
In a way, yeah.
In a way, and what we see here is that the pit is on one side, which gives a different listen responsibility for them as well. But it creates a more open look towards the members, and it makes it so that the designer can use the very front of the field as well from a visual standpoint. What do you think about that, Robbie?
Well, correct. I mean, that helps. You get that really open sideline, and they also blocked off their field with those props on the back hash or the first hash in the 35-yard line, and that always helps to create, like you said, almost your own venue. You've seen the show grow on them gradually. They've done all three of the Irish shows throughout the year, and I think they really peaked when you compare to what they did earlier on in the season.
Oh,
like
they
I
sure
said,
did.
a lot of creativity. And there's always that tough moment when you start moving the props, because that's another thing that they did.
It sure is, and I think they used the props in a very creative manner as well, using those chairs and using it to make their own field. So that's something else, and that's a very big congratulations to the designer as well.
We have a snippet that we're going to show the viewers right now of that we selected of the soloist. Can you talk a little about that?
Well, that's something else. I mean, we all listened to it just now, and it was all silent, right? Only the soloist was playing, so that's can be nerve-wracking for
tough responsibility. Very exposed.
Very exposed for a performer like that, and then moving into this where everyone is joining the soloist. I really like that moment over there,
and even though they have a small color guard, they do really well. Right now they're tacit, as you can see, and I think we just moved right into the next snippet that we're going to see later. But they had a small color guard, but still utilized them very well, still brought that creativity out in the program. If we can just show the next snippet.
Yeah, here we can see a lot of influence from ballroom dancing, actually.
The waltz?
The waltz. Normally, I would say that the marching technique is more from a ballet standpoint, but here the whole corps decided to use different techniques in their movement and tried some ballroom dancing. So I really like the step out to different techniques and the usage of different forms of moving around.
Yeah, and when we see the two corps in comparison with each other, I mean, like we said, there's a lot of creativity there. I thought they were a little bit more polished, the Irish corps was. So that might give them the edge as we're looking at the cusp of making it into final. So I think that's an important one. And generally speaking, judges are going to look for more polished shows also by the end of the season. I mean, that's your responsibility to put the what and the how together.
Yeah, and it looks like that Inbhear Mor got a lot of feedback in DCI and from those judges as well. Very valuable feedback, which they actually used in their show from a designer standpoint. I think we could see some changes happening there throughout the season, like you mentioned also, Robbie.
Yeah. Behind us, because I don't want to continue to talk and then Young Holland is starting all of a sudden, because behind us you can see now on the